Fuck! God!
Shit.
Damn it!
Oh,
Cocksucker.
God.
Ass plowing dick plunger.
Absolute gutter sluts.
Those butt-ass motherfuckers, man.
Dude,
Carpetbagging
God.
butt fucking bitches.
Goddamn fucking
damn
pieces
sons
of
bitches.
absolute
Holy
horseshit.
fucking
Yeah.
God, motherfucking cunts.
I read this
Alright.
on the news. Ivanka Trump is a cunt.
A babe cunt, though,
Getting
so
political.
bam.
Episode 1, minute
fucking
1. Getting very political.
Yeah, alright. Well, this is the HobbyistPodcast where we talk all things hobby. So, welcome to the cast. We've said just about every obscenity we possibly could, so...
God,
yeah, at this point, your
children.
your child is fucked, so they might as well
But,
just keep listening.
Not by us.
Yeah, no, not by
You
us.
probably did it a while
Pedophile
ago.
jokes,
So.
Yeah, the one last pedo joke, just to end it off saying.
Keeping it strong, you know.
Yeah.
Keep it strong, yeah.
Cool, so I guess we can just get off starting about the hobbies that we have and all that, and I think one that we share generally.
Oh wait, we gotta introduce ourselves.
Oh
dude.
yeah, motherfuck. Motherfuck.
Damn it!
Motherfuck. Alright, this is your host of the Hobbyist Podcast. I'm Paul Finley.
I'm Elijah Boardman, but just call me Omar. That's how I like to keep it real.
Boom, baby.
Alright, and next I'm Andrew Finley.
He is my
I am-
brother.
And
His
here,
relation.
Nick Webster, the wizard.
The Whiz Biz.
Pinball wizard.
What does it do?
The Whiz Biz, yeah. Alright, I guess that we can just get started with the most recent video game news. The biggest fucking drop that happened last week, you know.
Octopath Traveler.
Okay.
Nah, fuck that.
Alright,
no one
Octopath-
gives a shit about that game.
Yeah, good ass
We're
game.
moving past it. No one cares.
Yeah.
I don't even
I
have
haven't played it.
But
Big news.
let's get real. The real big fucking drop. Dungeons and Dragons, motherfucker. Yeah.
Legendary
shit.
Oh, yeah. First, a free fucking update
Yeah.
from Dodgerel, I think.
I forget.
I believe it's Dodgerel. Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, it's Dodgerel, but
Yeah.
that dropped the 19th, which was last Saturday.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Last Saturday.
I don't know. The thing I'm most excited about that update is it's like they talk about like balance changes between the characters. So because it's definitely like soldier or whatever.
Marine.
So Marine
Marine.
is the most
Marine,
powerful
yeah,
because of
Marine.
the armor.
Yeah, Marine's just the
Did they
fucking
add
best.
some-
And his reload speed is better than everyone else's.
And his
so it's just
accuracy too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
mean,
know
it's literally
they were
just
so unbalanced.
better
Yeah,
than
he was
everybody
the
else.
Yeah, but then like pilots like a close second, and then everyone else is just like pretty trash.
Good.
honestly.
Yeah.
The person
Like
that started
the
the
Huntress
co-op character
sucks.
sucks too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking cultist. Literally,
The,
he
the
has a nerf.
crossbow.
No,
he has
if
a
you
nerf
watched
gun.
it, did you watch the trailer? They just
No.
shit on the cultists the entire time.
Is that the co-op?
Yeah,
Yeah, they shit on
It
it.
starts with a fucking nerf gun.
Yeah. Can you start as anyone now? Is that something they updated? Or
you
you
can't-
still stop
When you
if you're in
co-op, I think you're still the cultist. I haven't played since the update, so I might be talking out of my ass.
Yeah, I think it's still the cultist, but they said they were going to make balance changes with this update, so hopefully like that just makes the
Also,
other ones way more viable.
They add a shit ton of like bosses and enemies and new guns.
Yeah, I think there's a whole nother like secret room. It has some sort of like rat resource boss. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
rat guy
Rat
who used to
resource
steal your
boss?
stuff, and
Oh.
it's the
Oh,
guy who would
that
steal
guy.
your ammo boxes.
So you
and
get your shit back when you beat him? or
I
no?
don't know. I haven't fought him.
Oh my god!
I've only played
Yeah.
once
yeah, I
since
really
the update.
okay. Dude,
Yeah,
I know.
if you get your shit back, that would be legendary.
Yeah, that would be
Because
really
that guy is
fun.
fucking annoying as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta.
Is it
if
like
you
a
can't pick it
separate
up-
dungeon that you enter for the DLC
Yeah, it's
stuff,
like
or-
they had this secret way to get to like different parts of the dungeon. You could go to the sewer by like taking out a fireplace. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You
Okay,
throw
the
water
game's
at a
been
fire.
spoiling
Yeah.
you enter the dungeon. Oh my god!
Yeah.
People are gonna be
I know.
fucking pissed.
I really played
Very
after
plot-heavy
the
game.
first big update
Oh,
with the Cthulhu kind of theme. I forget what it was called, but
Yeah.
that was fun.
How many
No,
fucking
no,
updates did this game have?
2, I think, major updates. It's had like minor balance
Yeah.
changes and tweaks ever since release. but-
Yeah.
and
these
shout
are
out
the
to
big-
the devs for making them free.
Yeah,
that's
more
fucking
games
legendary.
need to do
Super
this.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that's like
EA, are you listening?
yeah. Come on, EA. Where the
Pieces of
fuck?
This
shit.
podcast is for you. Come on.
Yeah,
We're
Shout
fronting
out to
on
fucking
EA, dude. EA's fucking
Yeah, like every time I look at EA, I just think of that creepy old grandfather who would like.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, it would just like he would just extort his grandkids for money.
Oh my god! What the fuck is
EA.
that?
EA. Okay, you heard it here first. EA is a pedo.
No, I said extortion, but you could go that far. If
Yes,
you want.
he extorts them for sex.
Yeah.
That's what you meant.
No.
I knew it.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah. So I'm going to probably be playing more of it, but I like playing it co-op, so I don't play much single player of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can definitely get into the single player though if I just get on like a roll where I'm just like, fuck yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Gungeon, man.
Yeah.
It's the shit.
And
Go ahead.
And now that's on the Switch is fucking
so
nice. Like the portability of it, like just playing it, sitting down before you go to bed, in your bed, just fucking playing it.
Yeah,
great.
I need to buy a
so
Switch, honestly.
Same. That's my next
The
schedule.
Switch. Shout out to Nintendo for making a legendary system.
No,
The
like,
Switch is
who
amazing.
cares if it's like, what is it, 1080p instead of like whatever we got 4K?
Instead of 4K.
Yeah, who cares?
Oh, 1080p.
Yeah, but it's portable. Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, the portability aspect just makes it god tier.
You guys want to know another great roguelike that dropped on both? Every console, even the Switch?
If you say Octodad, I'm gonna shoot myself.
Not Octopath. You're thinking Octopath Traveler. I was going to say Wizard of Legend. That's a fun
I've
one.
heard real good things about that. I haven't played it yet.
It's super good.
Omar and I sat down for like about 4 hours 2 weeks ago. And
we just crushed that game.
Yeah.
There's so much like replayability because there's so many spells. And you can go about with different builds and stuff, and you got relics and stuff. It's a great game. If you like Enter the Gungeon, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I think it's only $15.
Yeah, and it's definitely like super replayability. You're just always getting like new shit to add to your builds, and then it just kind of like you just keep getting stuff in there. Not like even necessarily better, but like it gives you more things to experiment.
It's
with.
almost never you end the game and you're like, damn, I didn't get anything, which can happen with some games. Even Enter the Gungeon, kind of, because you have to save up money to buy the guns that you can later maybe get.
To be fair, Gungeon is fucking hard. As far as roguelikes go,
a lot of shit going on.
The bosses are just brutal.
Yeah,
like
it's
they
hard.
fuck you up.
I played that game for good like 3-4 hours
Medusa
before
boss
I
always
got
gets
anything.
me.
Like
it's
fucking
twin
nuts.
bullets.
Oh, twin bullet! I'm pretty good at twin bullets. I'm good at the first level bosses. The second level bosses, like the beholster and
the ammo.
Oh,
the
ammo
everything. The ammo condo's like
what is it like the Balrog one? I forget what it's called.
Dude, I haven't gotten enough into like the level 2. I've played the level 2, but like
no, that's a level 3 boss.
Oh yeah, fuck that. That's why I haven't seen it because like I haven't seen any level 3. I've gotten to the point where I can level 1 and do all those bosses pretty. Damn close to perfect, but like. Level 3, dude. And level 2 alone is next fucking tier. Like,
but it's a great one. It reminds me a lot of like I don't know, just those great dungeon crawl roguelikes, like Hammerwatch. If y'all remember that, that game was classic. They updated it too. They updated that. I think it's updated now, and it's even better. They added so much to that, like a new campaign and stuff where you're in a desert or something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I logged onto that with Ben. Like
I played with you once.
Okay, maybe it was like you, Ben, and I, because it was because we had like 3 people and we were going through that. It's definitely interesting. I mean, similar shit, gameplay wise, but
it's a good one.
Yeah, it's a great co-op game.
Yeah, and on a roguelike with 4 people alone is pretty fucking sick. Like, twos can be rare, but 4 is next level stuff. Honestly, but
for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's just good.
Yeah, well, I don't know how many roguelikes y'all have played, but I like the original ones, like NetHack and stuff. The text-based ones.
Oh, dude, I didn't touch that.
Definitely haven't played any of those.
They're
text-based roguelikes?
Yeah, like Dwarf Fortress kind of text-based, that type.
I guess that is.
I guess that's text-based.
No, it's the original, like Rogue, or I should say ASCII graphics wise.
Okay, that's fair. Maybe a better description of
I was thinking like Zork.
Oh, no, it's not mud or anything like that. No, but those are good, but it's just so much harder to get into. And I think a great thing roguelikes have done now is lowered the knowledge for entry, where you're not dying every time and stuff. Yeah. To the point where it's like, oh, I get this, and I'm getting better, and I can keep on going. Yeah. I noticed that with Wizard of Legend, and with Gungeon.
And they keep, like, some similar, or just, like, genre-specific mechanics, where it's like, oh, this is a bullet hell. Like, I know what to do. It's a bullet hell. Mm-hmm. And, like, Binding of Isaac was big with that. Like, I feel like that was such a big
I just feel, over the last, decades, I feel like roguelikes have just
taken off. Yeah.
They're so and just, like, as more and more come out, like, every
other
hard
genre,
games in streamlined. Developers figure out what works.
Hard games in general, like, I think it started with, like, Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark Souls was big with it for sure.
Maybe Demon Souls if you want to go back farther, but
Demon Souls was way more like underground.
Yeah,
it didn't quite.
Ninja Gaiden might have been the first.
Public.
Ninja Gaiden might have been the first big one.
Ninja Gaiden was huge. That was before my time, though. I grew up, and like it existed, but it was like, oh god, my older brother plays Ninja Gaiden, and I'm like
old
10.
School game.
I think we all grew up on like platform shooters. Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd almost say like action and adventure was our shit, man.
Yeah, PS2 era. Really young.
Genres are weird.
64 era.
Yeah, genres are like a weird thing, but action and adventure is a very broad term that was like took off with us. Like like you said, Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Dexter.
Spyro was like huge in that.
Crash Bandicoot even.
Yeah, true. I mean, but Spyro was popping. Like, they were already popping off with, like, sequels and fucking... Spyro's flying at this point, which is pretty late in the Spyro games.
Are they still making Spyro games?
Yeah, they
are. I know they have, like, Skylander.
They're all, like, shitty.
Have you heard about the remastered? They're remastering.
And it on the remastered train.
Remasters are good. Some games...
But there are some franchises that I love so much that I'll just, like...
What'd you think of the Dark Souls?
I think it's perfectly fine, but it's the same deal as most remasters. Where like, I don't know, like
Shadow of the Colossus needed one, I think.
Yeah,
see, I don't think it needed one, but that's also more of a remake. That's a complete reanimation. That does not look.
Well, that's what the controls were. So the controls were arcade.
Because the Dark Souls one isn't like that. It's just an up-resing, better textures, and better frame rate. And
then now they have
I mean, it's nice. It's definitely an improvement, but I don't think...
And they have updated the multiplayer to be better.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, like, does. The multiplayer like that alone is good, because Dark Souls sucked. Dark Souls
the multiplayer was janky as shit.
It was.
It was awesome.
As someone that played a lot of it, it was one...
I do remember we crushed in Dark Souls multiplayer.
Yeah, we had a few phases where we just would sit in the painted world and fight each other in the courtyard.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah. Epic Arena. I mean, if we're getting into Dark Souls talk.
We can't. Oh my god.
That's like our favorite
into
game.
Dark Souls. That'll just be
too deep.
Wait, Dark Souls podcast.
Wait, here's a question for everyone. What's your favorite video game?
Favorite of all time.
Well, now we're just bringing it back to Dark Souls.
I know, that's why I asked that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Dude, that's a damn hard game, because it's like... I run into the problem. A, I'm shitty at answering questions like this, but B, it's like... If you ask me that in music, I'm just like, alright, here's my favorite rock song.
Yeah.
Here's my favorite punk song. Here's my favorite funk song.
Yeah.
And like, video games is getting big enough at this point, and it's been there for a minute, but like, where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is my favorite action adventure game. This is my favorite, like, role-playing game. And they overlap, I think, a little more in the music, but that's hard.
Okay.
It's damn hard.
Everyone pick a genre, and then everyone else says their favorite game of that genre.
Yeah,
okay. You go first.
Alright, I'm going with RPG. RPG, which is broad, but
Yeah, are we including like Dark Souls as an action RPG?
Yeah.
No, I think
there's like
RPG,
Dark Souls
it's
and
like
then there's
character building
Yeah.
to the point you level your character and you talk to people. And stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
So actual like
Yeah, yeah,
Role
more
playing.
closer to
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons than to like hack and slash Dark Souls.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I guess I'll just answer first, but I mean, like, honestly, it's hard to not say Skyrim.
Definitely,
Just
it
solely
earns
because
a
of
spot, at least getting mentioned. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, solely because of just the time I spent
Yeah.
playing that damn game. Like, oh my god.
Every one of us here probably has an ungodly amount of hours in Skyrim. Like,
Yeah,
more than
listen,
anybody would ever want to admit.
See, but
Got my answer's another Bethesda one, bringing it back.
Fallout New Vegas.
Fallout New Vegas.
I knew
yeah,
it.
it's-
I
I mean, I just have never played, at least, I don't think I've ever played an RPG that just gives you as many options as that game does. And what it does over like Fallout 3 that I like a lot is Fallout 3 you can be like good, neutral, or evil. But New Vegas really lets you decide like, you know, your morality and then your character's personality are two separate things in that game. You can be a nice guy who's evil as fuck. But you can be a good guy who's just a total dickhead in that game.
Yeah,
It
but
really
you're
lets
still
you
good.
pick that, you know, how you role play. And
Yeah.
Here's mine. Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. That game is so good.
funny you say that because
oh god.
because I was about to say that. I literally beat that game yesterday. Literally beat the game. I'm a little tardy to the party, but I beat the game. And like, oh damn. Like, the best part about that game is just like, it's straight up a fucking movie. Sometimes it suffers because it's on it's a video game and it has to render and like it gets blurry, but and it kind of takes you out. That's probably one of the biggest things, which is like, okay.
No,
like,
but the combat system's great.
yeah, combat's great, but like it's shot like a fucking movie.
It's
It's like a literal movie.
It's
you know,
like
it
Game
has,
of Thrones.
yeah,
in a
it has
video
like
game.
the camera pull-outs, camera pull-ins. You know,
The
they're
cinematography.
using the trolley.
yeah,
like
different.
it's really nice how they shoot it, and I enjoyed it. And the story's good, and like. Weirdly enough, for like a video game, they like make your love interest like, oh my god, I don't know who to decide. Do I had like
Trish or Yen?
yeah, it
I
is.
chose Yen.
Yeah, same, but fuck
Team
off.
Trish.
Hey, you're just a redhead.
No,
kinda
it's Yennefer's like fate, like magic draws you together, dude.
It
Trish
is,
is that's just like two people falling in love, man.
guy. Yeah.
yeah, I guess. That's honestly like that is the only reason I wish I played the other games because I just came in on the third one.
I read the books actually.
Oh, really?
The books are good as fuck. If you want a
What's your
new
favorite RPG?
Just a
fantasy
good
before
like
we
fantasy
tangent
game.
it?
But,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
let me say why it was my favorite before.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
My
Yeah.
favorite was side quests were actually fun.
Oh.
It was deep in that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm trying to hunt this monster, and he killed this guy's family, and it doesn't feel like a fetch quest. It's like, oh, I'm looking for this monster's tracks and stuff. It can get kind of repetitive, but the monsters are so different, and they
Yeah.
have all these weaknesses, and you're like, do I put the phantom oil or whatever on it to kill this wraith when I know I'll fight a griffin or something
Yeah,
next?
and the glossary just like you're like, oh, I got a new monster entry, and you're
you
like,
read it.
yeah, dude, like it's cool. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
No, yours.
Okay. Mine, I might get a little shit for this because it's not one of the better RPGs. I know this,
Minecraft.
but but Pokemon.
Oh.
And specifically Pokemon Second Generation Silver. That's mainly based off nostalgia,
Yeah,
but I just love Pokemon. I don't. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
I don't.
dope. You can always
I mean, it's just great. Like I can always go back and download a ROM on my phone and just play the shit out of it.
We're not saying you guys should download.
I own it. That's legal. I swear I own it.
paid for all the Pokemon
Yep,
games.
I own every
Kids,
Pokemon game.
Do not download ROMs unless you own the game.
That is
stealing
illegal.
money from
We do not condone piracy.
No.
please give the
Don't.
developers. We bought it. We were just saying you could if you wanted to potentially.
No,
download around.
We're not. Yeah,
Potentially.
we're saying you could
If
if
you
you
own the game.
own the game. That's
Yeah,
the.
if you own it.
Bottom line.
We'll continue, Andrew.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just love it. It's like your characters kind of just doesn't say anything, which is kind of funny.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
also, just like the amount of diversity you can have in your teams every playthrough is great.
Yeah, it's definitely like, and just like your party can be. I mean, what's the OG is 150.
151. Is that including legendaries though, or is that?
That's a Pokedex. Completed first gen Pokedex.
Because the one. That's the one in the 151. Yeah, which, and even the second game gets even broader than that. You know, you got Electric, Sheepo, man.
Is there like a canon explanation for why more Pokemon show up?
No, because they're going to different regions.
Yeah.
On the map. So it's like
different regions.
So like Unova is like New York or some shit, and then.
But they have the Pokemon from all the old regions. They're migrating. Oh my god.
Well, I think the thought is like someone captured them and then brought them over, right? They're not,
and then just put them up with their Ditto sex slave for a couple fortnights.
Maybe. A couple for 28 days.
That's a fan theory right there. Fan theory.
Okay, next genre. I'm gonna do the biggest genre. Sorry, kids.
Okay.
Action RPGs, like action fighter RPGs, like Dark Souls and stuff.
What else would you throw in there?
I would also throw in like
I would almost put Witcher in that category.
Witcher could be in there,
but when I think like action, I think of like, pretty like OG action is like
I meant action adventure. Sorry.
The action adventure is like,
so like Spyro could be in there.
Spyro, but more modernly, I feel like that's like Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, Uncharted, Far Cry.
Yeah.
Wow, you consider all those action RPGs?
Far Cry's more of action adventure, kind of.
Action adventure is what I said.
It's more, but like try to keep away from the RPGs because we already mentioned them. Okay, here's mine.
I think we're all gonna have a very similar answer in here.
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe Nick might have mine, maybe Paul. I go Bloodborne. Bloodborne easy. Bloodborne was. So I started Dark Souls 1, hated Dark Souls 2. It was shitty, in my opinion.
Ew, Dark Souls 1's great, or 2's great.
Dark Souls 1 was amazing, super nostalgic. I love that game. But when I got PS4, first game I bought, Bloodborne, that game just made combat feel like you're a fucking ninja. You're just going in and you're switching stances and stuff, and then they added that update where you get like a fucking bow blade, you get the Moonlight Greatsword, you get that.
Some of the hardest bosses too were in that.
The hardest bosses in there.
The two hardest bosses are
easily the two hardest bosses.
No, that one that comes out of the fucking lake. It took me like 2 to 3 weeks to beat.
Rom?
No, it's not Rom.
Orphan of Kos.
Yes.
Orphan of Kos. That son of a bitch.
The weapon you get from is actually dope. You become like a fucking like Cthulhu monster.
To be fair, I mean, it's the classic Dark Souls. I beat him and I was like, I'm the fucking best.
Yeah, it feels so good when you beat any of the like Soulsborne games.
But like Bloodborne had this overarching narrative that I love, Eldritch horror and stuff, and so it was like so cool, like this cosmic entity. It starts like Bram Stoker gothic, and then it just effortlessly transitions. I was like, wow, this game is insane.
It really has some fucking transitions. Yeah.
Its settings were so great.
I mean, I love Bloodborne, and like honestly, that'd probably be it. But like, goddamn. As far as like action RPGs, like we were mentioning earlier, I really like Uncharted's damn fun. Those games are really fun, and like I never played the third one because it like came out so late, and I was kind of just out of that phase. But the first two were gold.
My little brother Max loves Uncharted. He bought all 3 one day and just beat them all in like 3 weeks.
They're good, and I don't know how the remaster does it. I don't think it has multiplayer at all.
No, I don't.
But like, dude, that multiplayer is so fucking fun.
It was up there with like the Last of Us multiplayer was kind of
fucking Christ.
Would you
Fuck
consider,
the Uncharted,
would
put
you
Last of Us
Last
in there.
of Us as action adventure?
Yeah, because Last of Us is Uncharted.
But better.
Yeah, I mean, it's exact same gameplay. It's
Naughty Dog. Very high running for best game ever.
Yeah.
Last of Us, I went to Grandfather Peepum's house, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And Alex was living there, and he had it, I played the whole game in one night.
Dude,
That's
same story here. First time I ever played it, I was just like, God damn, I gotta beat this game. And like everyone had gone to sleep for like the last like 2 hours, and it's just like, I have to beat this. I have to know. What
And
will
the
happen?
ending is actually sick too.
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
we won't. I'm not gonna spoiler that.
Because that's a game. If that gets spoiled, I'd be sad as fuck.
Yeah, because it takes away.
That'll be a spoiler cast.
Yeah, spoiler cast
cast
coming up,
sometime.
episode 69.
Yeah.
Right here, we're calling it
Thanos
only
turns
Uncharted.
into a chicken.
Yeah.
Let's save it for episode 69.
Christ the King, dude. We need shit to talk about.
Listen it off.
Nick or Andrew?
Action RPG. So what was the conditions to that? Is that just like
I'm still
any?
No,
game?
it's action adventure, which like
So like I would consider Metal Gear in there.
that's true.
Yeah, Metal Gear.
I'd-
I almost said Metal
I
Gear
almost just call
5
that
for
a
mine.
stealth game. But I
Oh,
guess-
okay, but it's, we're
Yeah.
getting into the genre thing, which we should get off because it's
Yeah,
retarded.
that's-
It's
Yeah,
It
that's
should
part
be.
of the problem, John. All right, if we're throwing Metal Gear in there,
Better than Dark Souls. You gotta say that.
well, no, you already picked Bloodborne.
You could say the same thing.
I don't want to just repeat all the same stuff.
So
Yeah.
Nick is
I'm gonna
Metal
say
Gear first, not
Metal
real.
Gear,
True.
solid. And
Snake
here's the
Eater.
big surprise.
Go.
3, Snake Eater.
The best one.
The one everyone thinks is the best because it fucking earns it.
It's so good.
just so good.
dude.
I mean,
It's like
What
James
a
Bond
great game.
wrapped in
it's still
David
got like
Bowie
the kind of like
shit.
old school like control scheme, a little archaic, like the square
Yeah.
button to
It-
shoot.
it occasionally feels
like,
dated.
stuff like that, but
but-
just the story is just so over the top. I mean, Metal Gear franchise as a whole is just like Black Hawk Down and Power Rangers had a baby.
with David Bowie singing over
Yeah,
the
with David
birds.
Bowie
Yeah.
singing over it.
yeah, and
And
just,
Kojima's beautiful guiding hand, just raising it.
yeah, he's
Kojima, that new game he's putting out looks good as fuck.
yeah, Death Stranding. It looks
Yeah.
cool. It looks
Yeah.
neat. But yeah.
Alright. So, I don't know if this really fits in because it might
Yeah.
be more RPG-esque.
Just fuck it. So
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
that is a
Dude.
good
God damn it! That's
it's-
such a good answer.
It's
Why did I
so
think about
good.
that?
It's
Fuck
literally
me.
visually, it's just amazing.
Minimalism
Literally,
has never been done better.
it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
the graphics are just great. The combat is fun.
Oh my!
The combat's great, and
the
like
exploration.
the weapon system is like amazing.
Yeah, it's just, it works
Who
so
cares
well
if
to
they
keep
break?
yourself-
Just get new ones, bitches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
cycles you through weapons so well
It's
that
a great
you're
way
like,
of always feeling like.
And you get the Master Sword,
100%.
so if you want to be a pleb, use it. Whatever.
yeah, do you, man? It's your Zelda. Yeah, like it's good.
Your Link.
It is fuck. He's
Sure.
Zelda game, motherfucker.
So,
But yeah.
Okay.
can I retract my last statement because I thought of a way better answer?
All right,
that I
here we
definitely-
go.
If it's
Alright.
gay, we're gonna punch
Near Automata for
Oh,
my action
okay.
adventure game for sure.
still need to
yeah.
beat that.
Yo,
I still
bring
need
it
to-
back
I
to
haven't played it.
2017.
Over 3? Metal Gear 3?
I mean, it's the yeah, but I don't know if
Near
and
Automata.
Metal
is-
Gear is really as like action adventure. You're not like in Near Automata. You're literally like running and like you have the like float jump thing like Spyro has.
Yeah.
You have like all the classic like action adventure mobility
Yeah.
in the world and stuff. And
I would still say Metal Gear's action adventure though. Like it even has like quick.
No,
time.
tactical action espionage.
I'm with Nick. I'm with Nick on this. It's an action adventure game, but it's one of the most philosophically charged games I've
Yeah,
ever
there's
seen.
so much shit about
this has
like,
come up
what it
from
means to be like conscious and
a
like, alive.
philosophy minor.
Oh, whoa. Why you
All
not?
right, you don't listen to Philosophize This. Great podcast. Plug that shit.
Yeah, but just
Yeah.
fucking great
There's-
game that
there's no-
has moments of it goes from being just like very Metal Gear-esque in the sense that it goes from being just so goofy at one moment to just like so depressing. And, like,
Tear-wrenching.
literally the next scene is just like, oh man.
And they also work in like a bullet hell game with the
they switch genres
The
a lot.
hacking
in it.
is so cool.
The hacking is hilarious in it. It's one of the better hacking games.
Minigames.
Like minigames.
Way better than Fallout.
Yeah.
Way better than BioShock, dude. Oh, man.
Oh, BioShock, it gets old.
BioShock's... I
like-
love that game to death. It'll come back up, and spoiler alert, I'm picking shooters. But...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so Nick said shooters.
All right, yeah, let's jump to that.
Well, I guess you all heard mine. Number one for me. There's a lot that I love, but the original BioShock
That's
takes
a
the
great
cake
game.
for me. One of the games that really made me fall in love with story-based video games.
Yeah.
I mean, just also taught me just how well atmosphere could be done in the video game to really just draw you into a world and make you think like
Dude.
you're really there. Like it feels like a real lived-in, super fucked up city.
It's a scary place.
One that also
scary.
most legendary quote, "Would you kindly?"
Yeah,
Is it
very
there too?
legendary quote.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's probably Halo Reach as a shooter. It's just the campaign is just amazing, like heart-wrenching campaign.
Yeah,
no
it really
spoilers.
is.
Well, you probably
Yeah,
should have
fuck
played
it.
it by now.
Don't spoil that.
Yeah,
shit.
you
It's
better.
almost 10
We
years
can.
old.
Yes,
Which, by the way, is crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that was my first real shooter.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's
just
like-
getting a group of friends together, sitting down and just playing SWAT.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just amazing.
Yeah, four
It's-
people.
But
swung
we
me.
did that
Four
at my
people-
apartment or my dorm.
Yeah, 4 people SWAT's just it's the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it's damn fun.
Oh,
And yeah, the story in that game is just like, here's a bunch of characters you've never met before, and we're gonna get you attached, and then we're gonna kill them.
Except for
pretty succinct. summary of the
literally
plot.
everyone
Yeah.
dies except for the sniper, and you die too.
It's a questionable death, though, right?
No,
Is
no.
it- or is it just
No,
like
you
an
for real
illusion?
die. You for real
No,
die.
no, sniper.
No, he for real lives. In the
I
canon,
believe
he
For
in
real.
the canon, he's the dude that trains like the Spartan 4s in Halo 4.
Oh my
Oh, really?
god!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Although
What the
we
fuck?
can't. 343 makes me so sad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
terrible company.
Butchered series, great series.
Great series.
Yeah.
And then Bungie
Amazing.
released Pitfall Destiny.
Yeah, I
Some people really love the
I
first
actually
one, but I've
kinda
heard
like
the
it.
second
Yeah.
one.
I can't.
I mean, that's not my series, but I've heard there's a lot of
Yeah.
negative stuff about the second one.
Yeah, I can't shit on it because I haven't played enough to be like, this game sucks balls.
Yeah.
But
I've beaten both
like-
campaigns. It sucks balls.
all right, we got an
Max-
expert.
Oh, I max level 2 on both. So.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
hey, they
I
kept you.
don't play them, but
No, the late game content isn't there, and so it's just so boring. You're like, oh, I'm gonna do this raid again for the a billionth time.
Yeah, I can see that getting a little.
Yeah.
For me, Titanfall 2.
Titanfall just recently played it like 2 months ago.
Titanfall 2.
Incredibly tight single player.
And
As a series that I feel like is like lives and breathes on its multiplayer, I was not expecting the story of this second one to be
no,
as
it's actually
just fun. Like the set pieces in it are fucking awesome.
you're fighting Max and
The
shit.
level
Yeah.
where you go back in time and then go back to the future and go back to the, some of the best like first person puzzling outside of Portal.
For me, the reason this game is so high is it basically introduced 3 dimensions into like shooters because you could run on walls, you could jump anywhere, you had such high mobility,
It-
and then like Call of Duty stole it because they saw, oh my
Oh,
god, this
fuck.
is so
It's
advanced
worse.
warfare
They
or
butchered
whatever
it.
it is.
They
But
butchered
they
it, is what
butchered
they
it. I played it a couple days ago and I was like, this is like shitty Titanfall. Because in Titanfall, I can call down a fucking mech and just beat the shit out of people. But in this game, I'm just like, I get a gun that insta-kills people.
Yeah, Call of Duty realized that and like dropped it.
Yeah.
You know, but it. Yeah,
They went back to their strengths.
Yeah, I never got
The
into
same game.
Yeah, that's fair. I never got into Titanfall 2, but like I played Titanfall 1. I got it
I
on like
remember that.
release, just like randomly. I downloaded Origins, EA's Origins. Fuck you, EA Origins, you blow.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like I
that's-
downloaded that just for that game, and like I had no one to play with, and it was still pretty fucking fun. Like I just played by myself, and it was like a good multiplayer. And dude, it was so badass. The first time you just run up at another mech with your mech, and you just boom, slap them in the face, grab their pilot out of there, just like give them hell.
The
Like
game is so legendary.
that's badass. That's really badass.
You're up, P-Fin.
Oh fuck. Okay. I'm gonna go Halo again, but like
3.
Halo 3.
I
Yeah,
knew
but
that.
because it just like I'm a huge like online gamer. Like I love the competitiveness. I can't.
gamer.
I just can't get. I like God competitiveness and games are just like the
Trying to
fucking
get
shit.
better.
That's why League of Legends
Yeah,
is big with
I
us.
love the grind. I love the grind, and I learned the grind in Overwatch. Or fuck, not Overwatch. Fuck you.
Whoa!
We'll talk about
That's
that
a
maybe
shooter.
later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that maybe later.
Yeah.
Finals are on soon, right?
I learned that in 3, and like just to grind the fuck. Like I had somebody I played with.
Leveling
He was
up
way
yours.
better than me, and we would 1v1. I'm just like, someday I'm gonna beat your fucking ass, bitch.
Who was it?
Isaac. I was just
Yeah,
like, I'm
that's what
gonna
I
beat
was
you
thinking.
someday, dude. And like, if you ever listen to this, Isaac, I'm fucking better than you. Suck it, bitch.
Yeah, leveling up in
Isaac.
Halo 3 was
Oh, that was
hellish too, because you
Yeah.
lost XP every time you left the game.
yeah. It was worth
Oh
it.
my
It was
god,
a
you would
terrible system. Really, like
Yeah.
fucking terrible
I
system.
don't know if I ever
one-
made it above like the rank above recruit.
Yeah,
Like,
nice.
I just like quit getting.
And I was
so
pretty
much.
good at Halo, and I like never got high level just because like I got to eat dinner when I have to eat dinner. You know?
Yeah.
The one good thing 343 did was release the Master Chef collection, then they fucked it up with the servers.
Well, now they're good though.
Yeah,
It's-
they're
they
better.
are good.
They're
They are
better.
better. But what they really fucked up is not putting Reach on there, man.
that's bullshit.
Reach should be
Yeah.
Oh,
on
and then they
there.
retroactively made Reach 2 player local.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Fuck you,
So
343.
bullshit.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, you're like the wife of EA. And,
You stupid cunt.
and you extort your husband EA for money, and so that when he dies, you get his inheritance.
Yeah,
That's
fuck you, dude.
damn.
Burn in hell, bitch. Like honestly, burn in hell.
You got a genre?
Your genre?
Oh, genre.
Just pick MOBA.
Hey, that's
I wonder what that's gonna be.
That's a fair one. You can
Yeah.
just
Or Battle Royales.
broaden it to just
Fuck battle
multiplayer shit.
Dude,
Or
Or
something.
is isometric strategy?
Oh, I got one for that. I got one for
Here,
I
that.
wonder what
I'll
I'll
do-
say.
I'll do puzzle games.
Oh,
Oh.
Christ.
Oh, I got this easy.
It's a fight for
My-
Portal.
All right, I'm
Well, damn it. Well, there goes my choice. I'll up it. Portal 2. Portal 2 is a fucking great game.
yeah.
I love that game,
It's
actually.
amazing. One of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah, the Portal
Easy.
The Portal games are so good.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
have
gonna
to think of another answer now.
Oh yeah, dude.
I got one if you want me to go.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
So, it's a recent game I just bought,
Mm-hmm.
Into the Breach. That game is so fun. It's like, it's isometric in that he said like action kind of game, but it's more of a puzzle game in that you have perfect knowledge and you want to do the best thing possible, but you almost never do.
Yeah.
Unless you're God tier.
I mean,
And
if
it,
you really break it down, you'd say every video game is a puzzle game at heart.
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you don't,
man.
I don't know. Because
But, yeah.
me,
Fuck
the
you.
mathematician in me comes out and says when you introduce RNG into things, that makes it not a puzzle game. It makes it more of just like an experience more than a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
like
good.
this game has no RNG. That's why I say you know exactly what's going to happen, when it happens, how far your mechs can move, and all that, and you know what everything does. It tells you little tooltips if you forget.
Yeah, you
'cause
can
if
even revert.
Yeah,
your move.
you get one
move.
reset per level
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah, they want you to just try to pick the perfect thing and go with it.
I actually just beat the game today, 3 island
There's
victory.
no randomness in the whole game, even when you're like fighting people when you shoot at
No,
someone.
how
Are
it
the
works?
monsters?
How it works is it's real time. So you see what they're gonna do, then you pick what you're gonna do, and then just like you hit play and everything happens.
Well, you act first,
Yeah,
and then the monsters act in a specified order. It tells you the order the monsters are going to hit.
Yeah,
And,
you tell exactly what's gonna.
like
you know
when effects are
exactly.
going to happen and all that. It tells you all that. It's not, and the effects always do what they are going to do. You know
Yeah.
exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
I guess.
me.
Well, yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah,
me
like-
though, dude.
Puzzle games.
Fucking-
Jesus,
yeah,
I'd love, it's been a
Bejeweled,
while
yeah.
since
Dude,
I've
I
played some
love the
games.
puzzle genre, man. It's great. It has too many just good ass indie games where like you can come into that as a small developer and make a kick ass motherfucking game.
Yeah.
But I'm just inside, dude. Came out like 2 years ago at this point.
That's
Limbo sequel. Like Limbo is good.
Oh,
The aesthetic will kill you. Like it's just dark,
Limbo's
gruesome
good.
deaths. Or Inside took it to like the next level.
They actually added color.
Yeah, they did do that. And like, dude, the first 10 minutes of that game are almost probably one of the best moments in the game. It like throws you so many. You're just like, what's going on? What's going on? And then you get scared. You like see guys coming. And you're just like, oh what? Oh god, I'm scared. And then it's just like, bam. Action, like you're just like, oh my god, let's do this, and just the scene just ends with you just like, here's a cliff, I know where to go, I'm being chased, I'm gonna die if I stay, and you just like jump off, and like it is a fucking great run, like 10-minute run at the beginning of the game.
I almost said Five Nights at Freddy's.
Following in the horror vein.
Yeah,
I'm
it's.
gonna
I would
say-
not say it's a horror game, but it's a spooky, like it's a spooky atmosphere.
Resident
You
Evil
got-
5 or 7.
7.
That
You
game
got
was
that.
so
That's
good.
my answer.
Yeah.
That's probably the last
Yeah,
puzzle game I
yeah.
played.
That's
Which
a,
I guess puzzle game is kind of a
No,
loose
most
term to
horror
apply to
games
it.
are puzzle games
But,
at
yeah.
their heart. Because you're under pressure, though. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
it's puzzles
Yeah.
with a time limit.
Yeah, and
Sometimes.
that's like a AAA. Like,
Yeah,
they
super crazy
cover
good
they cover
graphics,
it up
like-
that it's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
They're covering it up with a lot of.
It is
Fluff.
genuinely
Well,
scary.
Yeah, it's
The
all-
first part.
It all like does kind of come down to puzzle. Like when you first get captured by the family, and you're just like dropped into the kitchen,
Yeah,
and the
you
dad's
gotta-
just like wandering around. There's literally no direction at all. It is
Yeah.
just, what the fuck do I do
Yeah.
here? Like,
And if
okay,
your
I'm
dad
just gonna
comes back,
try
you're
to,
dead.
yeah, like figure out
Spoiler alert.
where I can even like get to, where I can't go, because I'll just get murdered instantly. What doors are locked?
Yeah,
What the
definitely.
fuck does this item do? I just picked up this like dog's head like medallion. Okay.
Yeah,
It's a good game.
it's a real good game, dude. Yeah,
I made Nick beat it for me.
horror
I
was just
forgot.
too much.
No, I was too tired, but
Yeah, fair enough.
I did like it.
He
It
was
does
there.
turn it. The one bad part I noticed was the end is more of just like a okay shooter.
Yeah, I read an interview with like one of the developers of the game that they tried to make it like a microcosm of the entire series, and like kind of like the horror roots get more and more lost in the Metal Gear series, like or
Not
not
Metal
Metal Gear,
Gear.
Resident Evil.
Red's
Yeah.
fine.
They're both Japanese.
What's
as fuck.
that- what's-
It's fine.
Same
But-
thing.
She's got those atomic missiles on her boobs or whatever.
Oh, and Resident Evil 4. The fucking Spanish dude.
That game's
Uh,
funny. It's-
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
yeah. You did you say Portal?
Yeah, Portal 2.
Portal 2,
yeah.
dude. That
Yeah,
I mean,
Portal
they
2.
just added it like, just made co-op and like, oh god, that just makes it so much better.
Yeah, it's
Like-
so fun.
I still like the original Portal a lot for how tight it is. I think that's one of the
For a
like
game?
just tightest mode. Like that is absolutely a one.
Wasn't it a mod of
one
like?
sitting game?
Wasn't it basically a mod of
It is just
Half-Life or
Half-Life.
whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Valve made it. I don't know. If
Valve,
it really makes it a
everything
mod, but-
Valve makes is a mod of Half-Life.
That is kind of true. A little bit.
Except for Dota 2. That's like the only game I could think of.
It's the engine, man.
Yeah, it is
That
just the engine.
Yeah.
Dota 2's good, but I know I'm gonna get shit for that saying that. So,
No, dude, you wouldn't have
So-
the fucking world. with
Yeah,
Dota.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fuck.
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's,
So, you want a segue, or I got a segue?
okay, go for it. Yeah,
So I
segue
know
away.
this is. So we're big on video games, but
Yeah.
I'm big on board games as well.
Board games.
You asked me that question, and I
Board game segment begin.
So, What I just wanted to talk about Kingdom Death Monster.
Ah, shit.
Dude, I know everyone here has played it except for Ange.
I have not played it.
I'll
say it.
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
But it's like it's that $400 game you heard about on Kickstarter that got the most funding ever for like anything.
Oh, yeah.
I think. But it's a good game, and it takes horror and it puts it in a board game pretty well.
Yeah,
I've never
definitely a very tense.
I've never actually felt like scared for my character when the butcher is overhead, gonna swing every miss at me.
Yeah, it's the one and done type of thing where you fucking die, you die.
And it's a roguelike in that it's
We
permadeath.
Made it more than like 4 hours into it. Like the
No.
game takes like 60 hours to beat,
No,
right?
80 hours.
80 hours. Like imagine being like 70 hours into that
It's a
game. And it's like if
campaign.
I die, I just wasted 70 hours of my life.
Later on in the game, you get more peoples from the sexing, right? But
Oh yeah, that thing.
but
So
even
that's how people are paid.
in this game, having sex has like a 50% chance of killing someone. It's like brutal.
Yeah, they fuck you. They make you roll the
Especially
dice.
if you do like the we don't help the weak or something. You roll 2 dice and you take the lower. And the lower the number is, the more likely you're going to fucking die. And
Yeah.
it's brutal.
Yeah, that's fucking.
And
wild.
even then, it's sometimes the childbirth leads to like the mom gets like schizophrenia or something from giving birth to this kid. And I'm
Yeah,
like, what
it's
the
just-
hell? This whole game has a system for like mental damage.
Yeah.
Where you get schizophrenia, you can be a klepto, you can be a fucking like.
You can be honorable.
You
That's
can
one
be-
of the mental.
Yeah, honorable is stupid in that you can't hit things when they're knocked down because you're like, I'm honorable. It's so fucking dumb.
I mean, the whole game's like set in this like post-apocalypse, like not even post. It literally you like.
It's hell,
You-
pretty much.
Yeah,
Like-
it's hell or some sort of shit like that. Where
No,
you spawn into the game, you reach the ground and you grab a rock, and that's your fucking.
No, the
weapon.
tutorial is like the chance you die in the tutorial is like very high if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like it's a game where you can knock off lion balls, but the next turn, the lion also rips you in half and then throws your parts at the enemy, your
Yeah.
teammates, and just kills them.
Fucking brutal shit. Like it's pretty metal.
It's a good game.
Very metal
If
game.
If you know someone who has it, and you're into death metal or anything,
Any metal, get that fucking shit.
screamo, fucking
Yeah.
whatever. It's like if King Gizzard made a board game almost on Murder of the Universe.
Nothing heavier.
No, Murder of the Universe definitely is their heaviest album. I feel
Yeah,
It's a
like.
great
Yeah.
album, though.
But we're not allowed to talk about music.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, music's fucking not a hobby. Fuck
Not
music.
a hobby.
Not a
Not a
hobby.
hobby.
dude.
Nick is so sad. He just died on
That's
the
a
inside.
fucking. That's a fucking job.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but dude, board game wise, I've been like last weekend I had like a total jam session, just Mysterium. You know, you get like
oh, that's a fun game.
yeah,
dude.
it's a game where there's it's a co-op game and everyone's oracles except for one person is a ghost and they try to like send these dreams that are just pictures to try to get people to guess the murder essentially that happened.
It's like Clue, but way better.
Yeah, and it's co-op, and it's just a super fun fucking party game where you just sit down with a bunch of people and just.
But it doesn't feel like a party game to like hardcore gamers. Some hardcore gamers
Yeah.
don't like party game board games.
Yeah, hardcore gamers
Like
may
me.
suck
I'm a
a
hardcore
fucking
board
fat
gamer.
one,
I
dude.
can't have fun with
Fuck you,
apples to
Omar.
apples.
I like Cards Against Humanity better.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Cards Against Humanity.
Because
I
you're
really-
edgy.
No, because he's a pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Pervy
favorite.
edgelord.
My favorite
The
is
worst
what's
kind.
something. My favorite is what's something that's good in theory but not good in practice. I would probably put Auschwitz.
Jesus.
Nice.
Omar getting a little too edgy for this podcast.
Too edgy,
Let's
bro.
tone it down.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Tragic.
I love Jewish people.
He
I'm
didn't-
sorry.
he didn't
I
say
love
that.
all Jewish people.
On my
Yeah.
board game front, I've spent the last 3
TI4,
weeks of my life just only doing Dungeons and Dragons. I agreed to Dungeon Master for a campaign, and I made the dumbass decision to make my own campaign instead of buying a pre-made one. And holy
This is his
shit.
first time DM too, right?
Yeah, and it
First
is
time, yeah.
just so much shit goes into making a campaign. It's like, all right, well, like, where do I even start? How do the characters meet? Like, that was already. I was like 30 minutes of just brainstorming.
Yeah.
Like,
So you're making a plot. Like,
Yeah,
literally
like,
you're writing.
you make a plot, but then it's like, well, where does the plot happen? And you got to make the map, and
Yeah.
you're constantly just juggling back and forth between shit. Like, well, this is the plot, but I don't have any characters in this plot. I have to make characters for people to talk to. I have
And they have to
literally come up with like a personality and like backstory for
in
all
D&D,
these characters.
you can ask
and,
any question to a character.
So you just gotta
be like, the
prepare
DM's
for
gotta be
every
like, whoa.
eventuality because you know that those players are gonna fuck it up the instant they get a chance.
Yeah.
Dude, that's my favorite thing in D&D.
The best part about
I mean, that is the best part about
Yeah.
it for sure.
No, but being the DM can be fun as fuck.
Yeah,
too.
I am really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
Who are you playing with?
P-Fin
Yeah.
across the table
You got
from me.
me over there.
And then 4 other friends of ours that
Yeah,
no one
just-
listening to this would know.
Yeah, it's just about just a little party getting together, you know. How the Dungeons and Dragons goes.
Nice 5-person party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Got some diversity in there.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
play
very good
what
party,
game you
actually.
play at the camp out?
Oh, dude, yeah.
What? That I
It was
played?
the Zia. You played
Oh,
Zia.
Zia. Yeah, Zia's a fun game.
Yeah.
It's
It's great.
it's pretty simple, honestly, but like
Yeah.
once you get really into it, it's like
It's
Yeah,
like an
it's
open
great.
world game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a great game. I actually
It's-
kind of regret not getting to play it.
Yeah.
oh yeah, it was.
Did you play the expansion yet?
Yeah, with Rikishi, Destroyer of
Yeah.
Worlds.
Yeah.
Great band name, by the way.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Up
just
there with Hentai Hero.
the whole like concept of Zia is just so cool. You know,
So
you can
dope.
it's like a space like
it's like Cowboy
exploration
Bebop, the
game.
board game.
And
Yes.
you can be a bounty hunter, you can be a trader, you can be like an enforcer.
Yeah, you can be like you can be just a mission guy, just doing missions. But then
Yeah.
you look at the guy next to you too much. He's like, yeah, "I'm gonna blow you up."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really good game, and you build your own ship. Like you're like, I want extra guns on my ship because I'm a fucking bounty hunter, and you just max out the guns, and then you can get like extra acceleration if you're a trader for just you know cruising around.
Yeah. The
It's-
expansion also did balance changes, which I think are needed in most of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, my
Balance.
personal favorite is just getting a shitty engine and then just maxing out my fucking missile launcher. Just blasting people.
Fucking asshole
It's-
setup
it's
ever. at the
Literally
beginning
just
of that game.
hilarious. You just one-shot people level 1 because
Yeah.
level 1 ships are just ass, and then a level 2 missile can literally just one-shot.
Yeah,
Especially if you're that swamp rat one that can fire 2 missiles at once.
Yeah,
Just
that's
so
the
cancer.
real asshole.
That's the
dude.
Uncle Mark move.
That is the Uncle Mark.
Y'all don't know
Move.
Uncle Mark, but Uncle Mark loves shooting people.
Yeah, he loves it. Favorite pastime.
Shooting people and taking names.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, but I guess like literally, I guess it was last.
Ignore that
Yeah,
plane.
fuck you, plane. Get out of our studio, bitch.
Get out of our airspace.
Yeah.
we own this.
We own this, cunt.
They pay rent.
Motherfucker. Yeah, but last weekend I saw Sorry to Bother You, dude, and it's gonna sound like I'm spoiling the movie, but I'm like scratching the surface of
What
it.
movie?
Sorry to Bother You.
I haven't heard of it.
It's essentially this African American dude who like gets into telemarketing, or
Oh, I have
he
heard
gets
of
in
it.
a call center, I
And
guess
he
I should
like
say.
does a white person voice.
And goddamn, but he starts to he works at this place because he really needs a job. You know, he lives in his uncle's house, and his uncle's going broke, whatever, blah blah blah. And then he gets this call center job, and his coworker tells him that if he uses a white voice, he'll get like way better service or whatever. You know, people like will accept him better, blah blah blah. And then he starts using this white voice. It's David Cross. It's fucking David Cross, and like it's just it's totally dubbed over, and like oh my god, that honestly might be the worst part of the movie because the dub is like it's like you're watching an anime. It's not fucking perfect, but you get over it, you know.
Yeah.
And oh god, and that's the beginning of the movie. movie. Like, I haven't scratched the surface. It's pretty hardcore, like a social commentary type thing, you know, where they're always bringing up points of like, racism's bad, blah, 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 capitalism sucks. They almost try to fit like too much into it, where it
gets kind of preachy.
Well, almost the point. It's just like, don't get across. You're like, oh, you're bringing up that capitalism has flaws. Like, yeah, we've known that for quite a minute, you know?
You know what else has flaws?
Everything.
Fascism, socialism,
Literally everything.
Yeah, I mean, and they do that, but it was honestly, like, I walked out, the movie ended, and, like, I was sitting next to this dude, Gus, my friend, and I was just like, dude, we just waste, like, 2 hours of our fucking life? Like, but then, like, at the same time, we get out of the theater and, like, go and talk about the movie for, like, an hour in the parking lot. So it's like that type of movie where, like,
Evangelion effect.
Yeah, it's like Evangelion where you're like, Jesus, I don't know what I just watched, but, like, at the same time, it's really, like, thought-provoking, so I guess kudos to them for trying to do that.
In my mind, if a piece of media can get you, like, even if you don't know how you feel about it immediately afterwards, if, like, a week afterwards you're still thinking about it and just, like, it just occupies your thoughts, you know, when you're daydreaming or whatever, like, it's a good piece of art.
I agree.
Yeah, when we got into anime, like, and I told you all to watch Evangelion because I wanted someone to talk to about it. I remember we drove down to Gen Con and Paul fell asleep, but me and Nick, the whole drive, it's like 2 hours for us. It's to Indianapolis. We just talked about Evangelion the whole time.
And I remember that whole conversation. I just kept saying to Omar, like, I don't know if I like this show or not. I cannot stop thinking about it, and I cannot stop talking about it, but I do not know how I feel about it. Like,
spoiler alert, he likes this show.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome. Everyone should watch Evangelion if they haven't seen it.
Definitely up there.
Definitely mandatory viewing for
anime
fans.
Up there with JoJo's and
Naruto. I don't know if I put either of those.
I put it up there with Dragon Ball in terms of, like, mandatory.
No, JoJo. Definitely.
If you want everyone to watch Dragon Ball,
I don't want everyone to watch Dragon Ball, but it's
JoJo.
something you gotta have seen some of and have an opinion on.
Maybe like everybody's seen.
It's like the Skyrim of anime. I mean, like, if you want to have a conversation about, like, role playing video games, you have to have knowledge of Skyrim just to be able to have that conversation.
You have to understand it, but to want everyone to watch Dragon Ball is ass.
No, don't watch it. It's too long.
It's so much
time.
I'd
say JoJo's that you should watch JoJo.
But that's the same thing. They're on, like, season 8 or 9.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
no, season 5.
Well, in the anime.
No, you only need to watch
comics. Ridiculous.
You only need to see. You only need to. For me, you only need to watch the Stardust Crusader arc. And then
I disagree completely.
No. It's not my favorite arc. I'm just saying it's the most memorable arc because it's the one that everyone knows.
Yeah, it's definitely the most famous.
My favorite arc is Battle Tendencies. Second
Tendencies is
that
great.
one is so great. Smokey. Oh, he's
Smokey.
I don't know. Personally, I like Stardust Crusader. It's just like they just introduced stands, which just changed the show entirely.
Yeah,
and it just makes it so cool.
Yeah. Have you seen JoJo?
No, but, like, I've seen episodes. I know stands are, like, a huge ass thing in the show. So, like, the introduction.
The fact that the first two seasons literally don't have them.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah, it's such a big part.
At first, I hated them because I was like, "What happened to this cool Hamon? Where's the big guys fighting?" And then I was like, "But then stands add this layer to the battle that I like, and it's actually smart battling instead of." Fly, punch, fly somewhere else, punch, fly somewhere else, punch. Oh, I'm stronger than you because my key's better or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah, but now we're into anime.
Yeah, fuck that. Let's get back to movies. Anyone, like, got movie shit? You know?
I watched Incredibles 2.
Oh, dude.
No, Isle of Dogs. I want to talk about that.
I haven't seen it. I can't say it.
Let's go back to Incredibles. We've all seen that.
I want to say something about that. We've all seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, right?
Yes, Anderson.
I think it's a better version of Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Really?
Yeah, I like
Fantastic Mr. Fox. Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Fantastic Mr. Fox, don't get me wrong, one of my favorite movies. But Isle of Dogs, which by the way is a pun for I love dogs, just in case y'all didn't know that. Isle of Dogs.
Yeah, I
Okay,
get it now.
yeah, I guess.
I guess. I don't,
Wow, you
is that
guys
a,
are all plebs when it comes
I
to
don't know if that's a pun, but
well, it's a meant to say this,
You gotta
but
say like, I love dogs.
no, it's
I love
great.
dogs.
that's like that's wordplay at that point, right?
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
fine. It's a pun kind of,
Yeah.
but it's just so it's much darker. I feel like, but does it well, and it's great to have just the Japanese people say things, and it's hilarious because
It's great.
it's just great because all the dogs speak English.
Yeah.
and you hear the
Are they all Japanese? Like,
dogs. They're all
actors?
Japanese dogs, and they're Japanese actors. They're from animes too, I think.
Yeah, have you seen it,
Why?
Andrew?
No,
It's an
yeah,
English
at all.
movie, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's all in English.
but they speak Japanese.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait, are they speaking Japanese in the movie, or are they speaking
Everyone but the
English?
dog speaks Japanese,
Oh.
and one
hilarious.
foreign exchange student speaks English.
That's actually hilarious.
yeah. What's like without spoiling, of course.
Oh, the plot is-
Let's summarize. Give us like something to look.
So
for.
like the plot is in this mega city. I forget. It's like some Neo Tokyo, Akira kind of city.
Classic mega city.
They decide they have this dog flu where the dogs are going crazy when it's not really a thing, and the mayor says some things and offloads all the dogs to Trash Island, an island of trash, and they all gotta survive in this
Penile
island
colony.
of trash. And the mayor's son decides he loves his dog. I forget his dog bodyguard so much that he flies to the island, crash lands, and he's with these dogs, and they have to go and find his one dog who was the first dog sent to the island. And this
Interesting.
guard dog is so sick. He's just so cool.
Yeah.
He's
That
got
sounds-
bullet teeth. He's got teeth that are like made of titanium. He can spit them like bullets.
Jesus.
And like there's blood and stuff in it, and there's actual like they talk about. It's pretty
Yeah.
philosophical. If you know Wes Anderson, it's pretty.
Yeah, I mean it's Wes Anderson. Like,
Like,
he's
you know-
gonna at least make it look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That guy's king of like just.
I recommend
making
it highly.
artsy shots.
Everyone should watch it. I can see you saying Fantastic Mr. Fox is better, but I just like this one better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see.
I
it.
want to see it. It looks really.
Yeah.
Is it all
Yeah.
stop motion?
Yeah, the
Like,
entire thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
of
course.
What Wes Anderson didn't do?
No,
the
he did.
Cujo of the two.
He did.
Strange.
No. Kubo was.
Kubo.
That was the same people who
Kubo.
did Paranorman and stuff.
Okay.
And Frankenweenie.
Oh no,
Coraline too.
fuck, dude.
Coraline
That's,
and Corpse Bride.
and Nightmare Before Christmas, all that.
I think they did that
It's,
too.
dude, what the Christ is this guy's name?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
No, it's
Yeah.
not. He didn't make Kubo, but I
Oh.
think he started the company. He
Okay,
might have.
so it's his company.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. We'd have to see.
Okay, yeah.
It might be a
But,
different person.
Yeah, Tim Burton's
Don't quote us on
Tim
this.
Burton's a fucking G.
Yeah.
He makes some good
Legend.
films.
Yeah.
He just
But-
came out with a new one.
Except for Real Big Fish. I hated that movie.
You don't like Big Fish?
I like
The
James
book-
and
the book's
Giant
better.
Peach.
People hate on people that I've talked to hate on the book.
yeah.
I think it's better than the movie. And I read the book before the movie, so I might be biased on whether or not it's a good movie. But I hate
Yeah,
it.
but it's the only way to like actually review it is to do both of them.
Yeah, that's fair. I just did not enjoy the movie.
But to
you gotta-
Incredibles 2, what everyone wanted.
Yeah.
I liked Incredibles 2 a
Oh,
lot.
no complaints, honestly.
You guys
Yeah.
all seen it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
liked it, and I like how you don't see this a lot. Usually, if there's an agenda, this one it was feminism. It's a lot of
Loosely.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's a loose of feminism, but it's a lot of like feminism is great, or feminism we need this, or we need this. And I saw in that some of the counterpoints, and I was like, I like this diversity.
Yeah,
I don't know if I agree with everything, but
I didn't
like
get over flooded with like, oh my god,
It's
this is
super
feminism. Like
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, it wasn't that in your face.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
It really
yeah,
wasn't.
the I'm not gonna say it, but like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
find out later that like maybe females aren't the greatest
Yeah.
sometimes,
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I really like the
without
new,
spoiling anything.
yeah, the new characters they added are good, and they also just like went with. Okay, it's been it's like almost
2 weeks.
8 years since
Since the original
OG
Incredibles?
Incredibles.
No, it's 2004, I believe.
Oh,
So 14.
shit.
Yes, so 14 years.
All right,
If
fine.
I'm
But-
not mistaken.
I'm editing that part out. I don't want to sound like a dumbass.
Cut it!
Got it. Yeah, but it's been that long, whatever, and like everyone loved the original Incredibles, and they just gave us another incredible story, which after that long, I have no gripes with. Like, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, people were like, the original's better and all that.
The original
the original is definitely better.
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard, though, to just come in with the same impact, as a new IP. Just like as a sequel.
Well, they don't release new IPs. Or if they do, it's shitty, like The Last Dinosaur or whatever it was.
We just talked about Isle of Dogs. That was dope.
Yeah.
Right?
No, but that's like from someone who does new IPs.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like Pixar.
Yeah.
here in this case.
My one gripe with Incredibles 2 was I felt like it was less of an Incredibles movie and more of a Mrs. Incredibles movie.
That's fair.
Because I just wanted to see the whole family just kicking ass.
Which they didn't
taking
really.
names.
The first one has more of the whole family together fighting.
I did like the dad having to take
family. That was cool. That was interesting and I liked it.
Mr. Incredible Mom.
Yeah,
also,
that's cool.
I kind of wish it was more like a Dash and Violet movie.
I agree with you there. Because, like, they have in the first one, it's Mr. and Mrs. are together.
Yeah.
Dash and Violet are together. And they're both doing something. They converge, whatever. But, like, you get those two separate things and it gives them, like, all chances to
And the
shine.
first movie was really Mr. Incredible's arc.
Yeah, I
Mainly
agree.
him.
I agree with you.
It's him
Especially
wanting
at
to
the
be
beginning.
super...
Well, finish your thought. Yeah, finish.
Well, especially with him being a super, and he's like, oh, I wish I was, but all he can do is now he's an insurance agent and like help old ladies, and he gets yelled at for it. When before he was like extolled as this greatest man ever, but it's like it was a great story arc, I'll say.
Yeah.
My biggest gripe with Incredibles 2 is that the stakes are never as high in it as they are in the first one. At no point in Incredibles 2 is it ever like, I am going to kill you, Mrs. Incredible. Like, that part, no one even, like, threatens to do that to her. Where, like, they're killing people, like, it's not really graphic and it's kind of, like, pushed off to the side. But, like, Dash, like, in Violet in that chase scene where they're getting chased by those hover cars, like, all those guards are definitely dying.
They blew up.
They talk about all the heroes getting killed by Syndrome. Syndrome suffers arguably the most, like, horrific death of any Disney character ever. Gets blended alive.
It's Pixar, though. It's Pixar. Want to amend it, Pixar. Idiot Nick said this.
Disney Pixar?
No, it was
it's
Pixar
not Disney
before.
Pixar, but it's...
That was before
2004?
Yeah, it was before they merged. Because they don't... Disney doesn't, like, have the rights to it. That's why they couldn't put it on Netflix and stuff.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely really enjoyed it. Good ass watch after 14 years or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, I thoroughly enjoyed it. But
In Frozone, gotta love Frozone.
yeah, got love.
Samuel L. Jackson.
If they make Incredibles 3, what do you hope they do with it?
I hope they don't. Honestly.
Yes, honestly, yeah.
I don't.
It's definitely open to it at this point.
They're gonna.
They left it totally open. I'm almost done with Jack. Like, he's cool and he's cool and has a ton of potential, but like, oh my god, they just keep doing kind of the same thing with him, where it's just like, what's his power? His power is like everything, like, and you know what I mean? And even in the first one, you essentially knew that, and then they like reveal it in the new one, and you're like, I knew that.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of...
And I think the second or third movie would be like Jack's full-fledged, because if you keep doing that shit, we're sick of it almost at this point.
I kind of agree with your guys' sentiment of how they shouldn't make a third one. I almost still feel that way about 2, in the sense that, like, 1 is just a full, complete story. Like, they literally, at the beginning of Incredibles 2, take away everything they accomplished in Incredibles 1.
They do.
Like, they take away the fact that, like, heroes are, like, respected again. They take away, like, they just undo it all to do another story. That being said, I think they will make a third one just to make money. And if they do, time skip.
Yeah,
give us like 10 years in the future.
They should have done
Violet's
that
like
with
22, Dash is like 16 or whatever. Or whatever age. They'd be Jack's like Dash's age.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they should have done that with 2. They should have. done that with 2 because then they could have said, "Oh, heroes are respected now. Here's a new guy coming in."
Yeah, that also like reminded me of one of the gripes I had with the movie was like Violet and Mrs. Incredible sound pretty fucking different from the first movie.
Mr. Incredible sounds old as fuck.
Yeah, it wasn't as noticeable for me, but with him. But Violet, I was like, whoa, man, you should not sound like that. You know. But
Dash was good.
Dash was fine.
Yeah. But to be fair, that is a 14-year gap between the
yeah,
first and the second one. Yeah. The voice actors are
I understand.
Like,
but
it's fair, but still, it's a little sad.
You could have had a kid the year Incredibles came out, and that kid would be in middle school for Incredibles 2.
Jesus Christ.
None of us have kids.
Jeez.
A movie I want to bring up, just because I love the director so much, Quentin Tarantino. Here's the movie. Hateful Eight. Have we all seen it?
Yeah, we saw
I watched like an hour and a half of it, and it was like
Saw it
4 in the morning, and I'd pass out, sadly. Like, I wish I could have stayed awake.
Really liked it a lot.
I liked it because it was an action.
So ambiguous in terms of characters.
No, the best part was Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Yeah,
his
awesome.
monologue at the end to the old guy.
Yeah.
The Confederate guy was so funny. That was so funny. And they do it well because it was a stage play before.
Really?
Yeah, the Hateful Eight was. That's why it's only shot in like 2 scenes, 2 like locations. The stagecoach.
I didn't notice that.
And then the hotel.
The hotel. That makes sense. Like, play wise.
Yeah, Tarantino also just loves the like bottleneck deal in movies.
Yeah.
You know, like Reservoir Dogs is pretty much all just.
I love Reservoir Dogs. Yeah. That's my friend's favorite movie.
And I really loved in Hateful Eight how, and Tarantino kind of has this in all his movies, where a lot of his like heroes are pretty big, like kind of anti-heroes. Like they're definitely doing immoral stuff, but you're still cheering for them, and like they're still the good guys.
Yeah.
Honestly, Hateful Eight doesn't have a good guy in the entire movie.
No.
There's not a single character in that movie that you're like, this is the main character. You like saying like there are people that are alive at the end that you're like, I guess that was the main character.
But they die.
Movie.
They die.
And really, one of the only truly likable characters is like one of the first people to just get off at the beginning, and
I liked the ending of that movie so much. Like the spoiler alert, but. Like
you're about to cross the line.
When the Confederate guy and then Samuel L. Jackson basically team up just to kill this bitch, and you're like, she's a bitch from day one. She's a bitch in that movie. But like the Confederate guy, you hate the whole time, but then in the end, you're cheering for this horrible person, and you're like, kill that motherfucker, and it's just so visceral and weird. It's like a Roman Colosseum.
That's
like what I look.
You just want blood, buddy.
That's all you want.
Just to get that.
Quentin Tarantino does that really well, and it's weird. It's weird. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, cool. Well, I guess this is about it. We talked about the hobbies, talked about things we like, and we'll be back roughly next week.
Cousins out.
Cool.
See you later.
This is it.
Peace.
Motherfucker.
I love you all.
Hey, Finn signing out.